Hello. So they announced the lunar skins for the Chinese New Year. So that's coming up. So the heroes that are going to get new skins is Isaac, who's going to get a magic defense skin. Alvanor, he's getting an armor skin. And the last one is Chabba, and he's going to get another physical attack skin, which I feel like he doesn't need another physical attack skin. He already has 2 physical attack skins. Like, he honestly could use like a health skin or maybe even magic defense skin. Like, he used to have the best magic defense in the game, at least for tanks. Like, and he doesn't really have that anymore. Like, I said, having a magic defense skin would make more sense because he already has 2 physical attack skins. I mean, the Garfield skin looks cool though, but it's like, yeah, his ability is physical attack, but he's supposed to be a tank, and it just, yeah, he gets a bit more of that from his abilities, but he would just be better to have more health because, again, he's a tank. Is one of his 4th ability. It's based on his health, so I think a health skin would be best for him, but probably the biggest one, though, is going to be Isaac's skin. Alvanor's skin's actually not going to be bad because armor's good because he's used his tanks a lot for like guild boss stuff, but he's no Isaac though. Isaac is pretty much the main tank of guild boss fights against Osh, right? And a magic defense skin would probably lower the barrier of entry for a lot of players for guild raids. Like if you want to beat the high-end guild raid boss, just trying to keep Isaac alive is such hard work. And I've said, I have Isaac, his items are all maxed, his glyphs are all maxed, his 2 skins are maxed, his artifacts are all maxed. Alright, I have the support branch at level 39. Right, my support branch, it's level 39. We're working on it. I said, I have him up to Ascension rank 2. Right, and I cannot do very well against the level 160 boss. Some people can do like 200 million damage to 160 boss. Right, the most I've done, like with Albus, I have like the most I've ever done was like 2.5 million with the Stone Cold line, which is terrible. Last week I was actually able to get to 28 million, and this was using Axel instead of Albus. This week I used Axel again, but I'm much worse. But I got the message. You know when you have the game open for a while, you'll sometimes get that message that Hero Wars have been open too long, you have to refresh. So that happened in the mid-fight, and that kind of messed me up, I think. So I wasn't able to finish the battle in the thing, and I feel like that might have been part of why I lost so quickly. But, right, Isaac is very powerful, and he just doesn't survive long enough. I mean, even if you can, I said, yes, like, the Meteor Storm, like, I know it's like, if he takes less magic damage, he might not ult quite as fast, but he takes so much magic damage from these. And the frequency of ulting is not really an issue because he ults plenty. I mean, we're getting an ult off, like I said, the frequency of ulting hasn't really been the problem for him. I mean, he's clearing away, the spheres are getting cleared away fine. The issue is he takes a lot of damage. He's half dead. Martha's doing some healing. The meteor showers are going to do a lot of damage. We do have Bubbles of Justice up from Axel. Right? And the Bubbles of Justice going to try to keep some of my team alive. But right now we have these back, though, and he's taking damage from them again. And the combination of the stuff in these, and like I said, he's taking a lot more damage than Oliver can heal, and then he dies. So having a bit more magic defense, so he takes less damage from them, could really make the difference and lower the cost of entry, like lower the barrier of entry to players. Just having more magic defense, I think that will be a very big boon because leveling a single skin is a lot cheaper than trying to get him up in Ascension. I said my Isaac's in the 2nd rank. I mean, he has the exact same resource requirements as Sebastian, so it's really awkward. So Sebastian, I think for most players, you probably do want to do Sebastian first because he's just so important for every aspect of this game. So Isaac, kind of like I said, and I don't have, like I said, I don't spend a whole lot like some of these players. Like the only people who have Isaac at Ascension rank 4 or whatever are people, right? Either they chose him first or they spend a lot of money on this game. Like that's just the reality. So it's, having a magic defense skin that's a lot cheaper, like takes a lot fewer resources than, getting him up to all these high rank Ascension could probably make it a big difference on the guild raid boss. I feel like that's going to be the big skin. I feel like that might make lower the barrier of entry because its survival is so hard at the higher end bosses. Like, yo, as strong as my Isaac is, he's not strong enough, and having more magic defense could definitely make a difference and reduce the damage he's taking, allowing him to survive a bit more. Because like I said, with Axel this week, I only got to, again, I had that issue where the game reset mid-fight, so that was annoying. Last week I did get 28 million with Axel, but again, that's a far cry from like the 190 million that someone with like a max like that. We had a guildmate who did 190 million this week, but he used Albus. Like Albus, with my experience with Albus, I only get like 2.5 million 160 boss because that's because my team's not strong enough. I'm still working on Martha and Nebula quite a bit. My Sebastian, like I said, he's my strongest. Well, he's my second strongest hero. Aurora is my strongest hero because she's my main tank for PvP and stuff. But I have Ju, Red 2, I have Isaac. You know, like I said, these heroes are like maxed out, and they just don't have like enough to what it takes to really survive long enough. Like, you know, working up Martha a bit more, working up Nebula a bit more probably help, but you know, like I said, a big key is though, if Isaac dies, you lose. And having more magic defense is, like I said, it's going to lower the barrier of entry to the higher level guild raids. And I think, you know, after it's released, you know, maybe my guild will finally be able to beat the 160 boss. We've been struggling with it for weeks. It'd be really cool to finally beat it. So I'm hoping the magic defense skin will be the difference that we need, because it'll be a long time. If I have to wait to get as Isaac to like Ascension rank 4 or 5, it will take me months. Whereas just having a magic defense skin, like magic defense skin, you know, changes and reduces the damage enough that my team can start surviving. You know, then all of a sudden, I could be, like I said, my guild could be there next week instead of having to wait months. So I do think magic defense is the way to go. Even before they announced what the stats were, I'm like, it's probably going to be magic defense on Isaac, because that will help lower the cost, lower the barrier of entry for guild raids. And I do think that's what they want to do. I think that's the thinking with the skin. I mean, Isaac probably doesn't need more skins for PvP. I'm not sure having more magic defense will help him much, but I guess it's like said, but you know, I don't think it'll hurt though either. You know, usually he's not in the front in PvP situations. He's like the second or third hero. But he has that passive skill that pretty much raises magic defense for the whole team. So his personal magic defense is not going to affect like how well he absorbs magic damage for the rest of the team. So I like that. So I think the main thing that you're going to get magic damage, he's going to survive better. He's going to have better survivability against Osh, the Eternal Keeper. And I think that's going to be the key point. I think it will lower the barrier of entry for the higher level guild raid bosses for people, and make the guild raids a bit easier for players. Anyway, I hope you guys found this video informative. Thank you for watching.